Calvin Ridley has really in fantasy. I traded for him.
I traded
that's the intro.
I traded.
Cooper Cup. Me.
Well, you want to hear this though?
Yes, he did.
I couldn't draft Cal.
If the Bears draft Caleb Williams, they're basically drafting Justin Fields again.
I don't think you're going to pass up on a quarterback when you have that high of a pick.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think there's a lot of teams that will gladly take Justin Fields.
Well, hey everybody, welcome back to Guys on Sports. We are back in the studio once again. I almost just spilled my water over the entire soundboard. That would have been a bad idea.
Fantastic.
We are going into week 13, right? That sounds right.
Week 13.
Week 13.
Right.
My team won.
Mike.
My fantasy team won.
Mike.
I clinched the playoffs in our fantasy league. Did anyone else do that?
I think I did.
Hey, good job, Rocky.
Yeah.
How you doing?
No, I did not. I got beat like a
Ooh.
drum by Angel. Not by Angel, by
Sean.
Worst team in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he almost doubled me. So.
Yeah, and you
Trap
lost
game.
to Sean too.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, a guy that's trading his good players away for picks.
Well, I got to tell you what
That's all right.
happened.
I got cushion.
He had a rough week because I tried to lose
Yeah, that was
in my
bad.
league against him,
Yeah.
and I beat him.
That's
And
tough.
I beat him by like 40 points.
Hey, Giants won.
Yeah, they
did.
did. Yeah,
Worst
I'm
draft pick.
Not happy about that.
Yeah. So week 13, we're gonna do a what did we learn about week 12. We're gonna go over we might do weekly waivers. Stay tuned. We might do smash or pass. Stay tuned. We're gonna get bold. We're gonna give you some good fantasy predictions, some NFL predictions. And before we get into TikTok take, a word from Thrive, who sponsors our videos and is a partner of ours. Thank you, Thrive. If you
Thank you,
do any
Thrive.
daily fantasy, do it through Thrive Fantasy. Click the link in the bio, scan the QR code on screen. You get a lot of free prop squares like Pat Mahomes plus 0.5 passing yards. Add that to a parlay. They also match up to $250 on your first deposit. So go ahead, throw $250 on there. Add a free prop square, make $500, roll it over, keep doing that until you become a millionaire, and it also supports the show. So yeah, do your daily fantasy through Thrive Fantasy, please and thank you. Without further ado, TikTok take.
Time to check my social media, yeah. To see who loves me online.
So the first two are from YouTube. The first one is from Braden B3973, who responded to a clip about Rocky kind of whinging and complaining about a league having a 2-week playoff,
Yeah.
and that might be a bad commissioner for making a 2-week playoff.
I don't think I said a bad commissioner.
And a real
I said
man beats
I said a man
somebody in a
wins
first
1
week.
That's
you
what I
know.
said.
And then I said, well, luckily we don't have week 18 playoffs. That's the worst. And then Braden said his league has both. So
Oh,
that's,
gosh.
maybe find a new league, Braden, because that sucks.
That sucks.
That sucks.
That sucks.
The second one is from another Rocky clip where he said that Cincinnati might be the new Colts with the Joe Burrow injury and how they're managing him and his health, and he might retire early like an Andrew Luck did. And Mr._Creepies 8448 said Burrow's an Ohio kid, he'll stay. So apparently built tough in Ohio, and he'll
Ohio
stick it
is
through.
built tough. He's 100% right there because you know if you can withstand the onslaught that Ohio offers, you're tough. 100% tough.
I guess. I don't really. I
You
think
haven't
if
ever
you're
been
from
to
Ohio, you're
so
like
I
a
don't think you should you can't talk. You
yeah,
haven't
but
been
the
to Ohio.
usual like Ohio like news headline is like breaking news: lion found on highway killed 3 people, and you're like, yep, that's
tough.
that's Ohio.
But that would
you
like
just
give credit.
kinda-
Yeah.
Or that's like
I mean, you're beating back lions.
breaking news.
Philadelphia, all you're trying to do is avoid a shit pole.
That's only on special occasions.
That doesn't make your case.
The third and final comment is actually from TikTok, and this was from a clip that we posted today that has done pretty well. It's another Rocky clip who had some good content from last week. Said that Devon A-Train, A-Kane, whatever you want to say, apparently you need to trade him because he's not going to be an every down back and he's going to be lingering with injuries for the rest of his career. And Willie Boy with 4 Ys said,
Willie
don't
Boy.
listen. I'm going to say it how I think he sounds. Don't listen to this TikTok analyst, LMFAO. A-Chain is the main guy and will dominate once he's back. And then Don Worry About It replied
I like that.
and said, it's probably like, don't worry about it, but Don, worry about it, said, don't listen to TikTok analysts, but listen to anonymous TikTok commenters. Got it.
I thought that was a fantastic
Yeah,
take.
and they got double the likes, and Willie Boy got ratioed. Yeah, got ratioed.
Yeah, he did. And by the way, I'm going to stand behind my take.
Ratioed.
Listen, I mentioned I like his skill set. 5'9", 180-pound backs don't have long careers.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on
I
this.
agree.
And I'm an A-Train owner,
Yeah,
and
I love
I am wanting to potentially trade him in our league.
Yep.
So that's TikTok Take. Continue to comment. Continue to follow us on our socials at GON Podcast. We appreciate you for doing that. And then we'll get into what did we learn. All right, Rocky, since we're back in the studio,
Yeah.
you traditionally start.
Yeah. So I learned two things. I'll go with my number one here. And it would be kind of like my, is it A-chain?
I don't
A
know
cane?
anymore.
Yeah, I
I've
don't
been
know.
gaslit into not knowing.
Yeah. So
I'm calling it A-train.
It's kind of like that take is that if you can, if your leagues allow for late trades, trade Amari Cooper. So it just doesn't seem to work without Deshaun Watson. And so I think a lot of people, like I have him on several of my teams in several leagues. I keep waiting for that breakout. And the reality is he's got a decent season, but he hasn't had a great game.
Yeah.
Just had okay.
Yeah, because when you look at the numbers, they're somewhat
He's
there,
gonna
but
finish 1,000 yards. He's
Yeah.
going to probably have 50, I think 70 receptions,
not good for fantasy though when
but
you
not good for fantasy.
extrapolate
Yeah.
that out.
And he's a guy that if you have him on your team, you almost always want to start.
Yeah.
But
Because you
he's
draft
letting
him
you
like
down.
that. Yeah.
So that's what I learned is it's time to turn the page on
Dang.
Cooper.
I mean, maybe the bright spot in that offense is David Njoku,
Yeah.
who is
And
my
Cedric
tight end
Tillman.
too. Cedric Tillman, yeah, we talked about that in the offseason.
Yep.
And I almost said Stephen A. Smith. Steve Smith Sr. also said that Cedric Tillman's the guy to look for. And David Njoku, to circle back to that, I mean, is a top 10 tight end right now. He seems to be somewhat quarterback proof. He's had a few different ones, and he's averaging 10 plus fantasy points in the last, I think, like 6 weeks of football. So,
Yeah, he's dropping some passes. He's got a little bit of the Ingram in him.
Yeah.
but he's got, I mean, he had 11 targets in a game. He's averaging about 6 to 7 a game. That's incredible for tight end.
Well, and the aggravating thing about Njoku is he catches the ones he shouldn't and drops the one he should. That's what I can't figure
Kind
out.
of like a guy that I'm going to mention.
Yeah.
This is my turn.
It is.
You guys done?
Whoa.
All right.
Sorry we're talking on this podcast.
I'm sorry.
My bad.
So
Floor is all yours, Phil.
my what did I learn? And it's gonna be very self-serving this week. I told Rocky before the show.
I think both of yours were self-serving.
Yeah, both. That's why I said it's gonna be very self-serving. My first one is the Seahawks, and mainly Geno Smith is what we thought he was. Like I said in the preseason, that he was just Geno Smith. I wasn't going to be all in on the weapons in Seattle for my fantasy team because I need to see Geno Smith be the guy he was last year again. And he hasn't been. He's 12 touchdowns to 8 interceptions.
It's bad.
He's still pretty solidly below 3,000 yards passing this year. They're definitely not in contention for that division. They're not going to make the playoffs. They're not looking good now, and they got to play the Cowboys, the 49ers, and the Eagles the next 3 games.
Yeah, it sucks.
And then they have the Steelers, too, who are not going to be a pushover. I mean, I'd argue that they're about the same.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you know what I think about the Steelers.
Yeah.
I picked them to go to the playoffs. So, I think they're frauds. I think Geno Smith is not who we thought he was, and I think that the Seahawks are looking for a quarterback next year.
I think the biggest thing about Geno Smith, because I traded for Geno Smith because I really desperately needed a second quarterback in a dynasty league. Mm-hmm. And I had to trade for Geno, but usually your quarterbacks are, I wouldn't say matchup proof, but Geno is definitely a guy that you cannot start when he's playing a good defense. He's played Baltimore, he's played Cleveland. Like, there are some defenses that at least a quarterback should get 12 to 15 points. That's not asking a lot. Geno's getting -2, 8, 7 points. So it's abysmal, and it's not worth even having him rostered in a lot of leagues. So, yeah. Sorry, Geno.
Sorry, Geno.
We wrote back.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with this. And I think I agreed with you in the preseason.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Way
Yeah.
to piggyback.
All right, so what did I
I
learn?
was right too.
You were also right.
This might be self-serving because I said Jaden Reed was a super sleeper in wide receivers.
I drafted him.
You drafted him. I drafted him in 2 leagues.
That's right.
He's paying off. He had about 17 points in a lot of scoring formats on Thanksgiving on Turkey Day. And he seems to be continuing that trend. He's leading the Packers in receiving yards and just looks to be part of that offense in a lot of different ways. I don't want to call him Deebo Samuel in any way, but he's had 2 rushing touchdowns now. He's probably averaging like a touch a game, which is nice in the backfield. So Jaden Reed's a guy that if your trade deadline is still, this is probably the last week that I could say that if your trade deadline is still around because week 13. But if you still have a trade deadline, I would trade for Jaden Reed. If it's dynasty, definitely try and grab him if you can. The stock's probably a little bit too high right now to trade for him. But yeah, Jaden Reed, a guy that hopefully you listen to at the beginning of the season and is helping Jordan Love look decent.
I actually agree with that.
Yeah, and Jordan Love looked
Yes, I kinda
great
feel
on
his approval.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Jordan Love looked good.
He looked good on
But
Thanksgiving.
this was the writing was on the wall because the Lions are 0-12 when the Moon's in like waxing gibbous phase on Thanksgiving Day, and now they're 0-13. So, yeah,
Nice.
So my second, what did we learn, is about a team. I'm going to spell out their remaining schedule. And this is a team that if you can pick up any skill position player, you should. Last week of the trade, hopefully in your leagues. They're playing the Titans, the Bengals with a beat-up defense, Falcons, Raiders, Texans. Their only tough defensive matchup is against the Steelers. But the Steelers, if you look, actually give up a decent amount of yards. They just have limited scoring.
no, bend don't break.
And that is the Colts. Pick up any, if you can get Minshew, get him. If you can get Zach Moss, get him.
Get him.
If you can get Michael Pittman,
Get him.
Get him. I think that the Colts are a team, a little bit of a dark horse, but I think that they're kind of trending and they're, more importantly, scoring.
Yeah.
So I think that is something I learned. I'm looking for, if I'm looking for a late season pickup.
Yeah, I was not on the Colts this weekend at all. I just haven't been impressed with them. I was unpleasantly surprised because I did play some bets. And, yeah, they kind of screwed my parlays up. But, hey, I agree with you. I mean, it sucks that JT's thumb is all jacked up.
Poor thumb. Wonder what he did.
Yeah, but they do look like they're getting better. And they look like they're kind of rounding into finding an identity. Now, how far that identity is going to take them, talent-wise and all that stuff, is a different question. But I do think once a team knows their identity and how they want to play football, they can be in games.
Yeah.
It's just going to – then I think it comes down to talent.
Well, and I think that, like, Minshew is just the ultimate gambler. Like, he probably after, like, a Brett Favre –
Jake Plummer.
like he reminds me of somebody who he has unrealistic
Expectations?
belief in himself. Like he's a guy, he'll throw an interception, come right back out, he's slinging.
Well, he's a gamer.
He's a gamer.
That's what you like.
Yeah, you want
don't
a
like
gamer
guy
as a
that
backup
second-guesses
quarterback.
himself.
If the Browns had Gardner as their backup quarterback,
yeah, you
we'd be
guys would
talking
win the
about a
North.
potential
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Man, that's
No, you're right. No, you're
Crush
right.
the Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay.
With that defense, yeah. All right, so from one great defense to another trending to be great defense.
Nice.
I'm going to call back to another prediction I made in the preseason.
Here we go.
The Denver Broncos are the hottest team in the NFL, not named the stupid-ass Eagles. Okay? Denver Broncos with 5 wins in a row. They've beat some impressive teams along the way. I don't
really
look
impressive
it up
teams.
yourself. Yeah.
Chiefs, Bills,
Chiefs, and held the
Browns?
Chiefs to 9 points. But
Browns.
So-
I would say the Browns are impressive.
Maybe
win.
not with DTR.
So now
Yeah,
let me
that
let me
defense.
spin my yarn here, right? Here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Sean Payton, who we all know was a stalwart. I mean, people were clowning on him for how bad they started in the comments he made in the preseason, but widely regarded as one of the best coaches in the NFL, starting to kind of get his DNA into that organization, I feel. They traded away Randy Gregory, who was one of their big free agent signings a couple years ago. And since then, and this is what I think the difference is and how it correlates to Seattle, is that they're playing complementary football where Russell Wilson is making plays when he has to, not like he used to. I think they're developing that run game finally again.
Yeah, their
And
running
the
backs look good.
defense has been good. They went from the third worst defense in the league, or third worst pressure percentage in the league, to the 12th best. And then their pass defense I think held both Mahomes and Allen to under 70 quarterback rating, which if you compare it to the rest of the season, it's only been done twice to the two of them combined. Sorry, I'm trying to call back. But the defenses look good. Ever since the trade and, they had the debacle against Miami, the defense looks stout. Russell Wilson, we know he has the pedigree to win big games, and we know Peyton does too. And I think they're a force to be reckoned with. And we've also found some reliable fantasy players there.
We sure as hell did.
Cortland Sutton has been...
Oh, my gosh.
Although he did have he had a lot of drops on Sunday, but he still produced.
10 points against the Browns.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
he gave up at least 10.
I mean, at the end of the season, he's probably going to average more than half a touchdown a game.
No, oh my gosh. I mean, what else do you want in a fantasy player than Cortland Sutton?
He's going to get targeted, and I think the more him and Russ play together, that'll get better. Russ has been a solid option at QB. If you're in a larger league, he's a good streamer. The running back situation, I'm not sure.
Javante's nice
still. I know, but Perrine looked good this weekend.
Oh no,
he got the touchdown.
Other than that,
yeah. But I mean, they're trending upwards, and I was right. That's what I learned. I was right.
I do agree with this take. I like watching them play. It was my first chance to see them play on Sunday when they were playing the Browns. Their defense is surprising. Their cornerbacks are really good, and
Pat
they really
Surtain,
limit.
man.
Yeah. Their line isn't getting a lot of sacks, but they're getting a lot of pressure. And Belichick used to say, "I prefer pressure to sacks a lot of times." So they kept, they're good, and Peyton is using Russ. The only way you can use Russ and be successful at his age, he's lost a step. That's clear.
Yeah, he has.
But he's using him on run pass options.
Yeah.
He has a good setup. He's a smart coach.
That's the thing. Yeah, they've dedicated to the run and they've committed to it even when it's not working.
Yeah.
They'll get 2 yards, but that still allows Russ to to cook a little bit. Phil, you were right, but you were also wrong. Jerry Jeudy, league winner.
I was wrong about
You
that.
did say
I was
Jeudy.
wrong about a lot. I want to correct the stat I gave. So they've held their last 5 quarterbacks to a combined passer rating of 70%, but that did include Mahomes.
I was gonna say
and Allen.
Usually means it's cherry picked, and there's a few good ones in there.
Yeah, but if you look at the score totals, I mean,
I agree
KC was
with you.
9, and I think they held the Bills to 20 points.
What do you think they would? What would the score of the Dolphins
be
Broncos be now? Because it wouldn't be
I
70.
don't know.
I think it might be 35-22 or
Denver
something
might
like
even
that.
beat Miami.
Everything happened
Maybe
wrong in
if they
that
can
game.
muddy up the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything happened wrong in that game.
No weight chain now.
Well, no, because technically the Broncos have a winning record, and aside from the Raiders, the Dolphins haven't beat anybody with a winning record. So if they played now, the Dolphins would lose.
That's right.
That's facts.
Yeah,
That's
game theory.
That's NFL math.
Yeah.
My second what did I learn is kind of a pat on the back, kind of more of a question, and I might officially learn this near week 15, 16, but is Calvin Ridley back?
Oh, I think Calvin Ridley's back.
2 back-to-back stud games.
Yeah.
The thing that is super key to his success, in my opinion, is Zay Jones. When Zay Jones is at least part of a threat on game plan, and definitely when he's on the field, Calvin Ridley's getting open looks and just looking better. Maybe it took a little bit longer to shake off the rust. Trevor Lawrence, I guess I was wrong on that and has been pretty lackluster, but Calvin Ridley's been on a tear the last 2 weeks, and I traded him away because I had to. Couldn't afford the 7 to 9 points he was getting me.
Yeah.
But now,
Now you're kicking yourself.
now I'm kicking myself.
I mean, I think, though, I think Ridley's definitely back. But I also think Lawrence, as far as fantasy points, hasn't been terrible the last 2 weeks.
He's been solid. Yeah.
Maybe they're just late bloomers in Jacksonville. Maybe that's
Could
what I
be.
learned.
Remember last year they won in a 9-game tear. They were 8-1.
Yeah, and I said Phil was crazy for saying it wouldn't happen again and that they would start off with good momentum. But yeah. Calvin Ridley has really fucked me in fantasy. I traded for him.
I traded
the intro.
I traded.
Cooper Kupp fucked me.
Well, you want to hear this though?
Yes, he did.
I couldn't draft Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
And instead of, I usually go like running back, maybe tight end if there's one there, whatever, right? But it's usually running backs and whatever. Keenan Allen fell to me in like the 5th round. He went like 14 spots after his ADP, and I was like, I have to take Keenan Allen, which kind of screwed up the rest of my draft, and I was left with quarterbacks like Daniel Jones and Deshaun Watson, but taking Keenan Allen kind of screwed me, so the rest of my team looked a little funky, at least unscripted. And then I traded Keenan Allen for Calvin Ridley before week 1. Keenan Allen, the 4th best, actually might even be the 2nd best wide receiver in a lot of leagues. And Calvin Ridley's not only been wishy-washy, but I traded him away after holding him for this long, and now he's getting like 20 to 30 points a game. So really bent me over.
So I traded for Ridley at the darkest point in 3 of my leagues.
Yeah.
And he has been on a tear since then. He's actually in my Degen league, which is that 45-man roster. I am approaching 500. And that doesn't sound good unless I say I was 2-14 last year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
yeah, Calvin Ridley and I are just not on the same page. Maybe next year our chemistry will be better, but
it's complicated with you guys.
Two lovebirds.
Yeah, 2 guys.
Yeah,
Up
maybe
the
if you guys
clouds.
go on a guys cruise, it'll.
Yeah, go on a guys cruise.
Yeah,
Hey, watch our show, Guys on Draft.
Yeah.
To get that reference.
Callback.
Because then you'll just be like, what are they talking about?
Talking about Zach going on cruise with a bunch of guys.
I think most of our audience would expect that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, just
It just seems
a
right.
boys' night out, but for 5.
Yeah, the guys
Little
cruise.
guy time.
Guy time.
Yeah.
Guys on boats.
Sausage party. Guys on
Do you guys have any other? What did you learn? Did you learn anything else?
Dicks on boats. Well,
Nothing. You didn't learn anything else. I
Did
learned
I-
one other thing.
I learned. Go ahead.
That Matt Canada was the problem. They haven't fired an OC since 1941. They haven't had a 400-plus game offensively in yards since
2021.
Yeah, it's been. I think it's the
March
longest
or
active
like
streak,
March?
56 games or something like that.
Yeah, it's something crazy.
Something crazy.
He scored 16 points. I'm not going to say.
Well,
That's
no,
fair.
hold on.
Yes.
But the minute, Matt Canada's got to be sick because he's sitting on the couch, and the second that he gets fired, they put up 400 plus in yards.
That's true, and it might mean doomsday for all you Jalen Warren owners. Because
Potentially.
it seems like they definitely wanted to get Harris
Yeah.
involved, and he was let loose.
Upgrade your Steelers wide receivers. Kenny Pickett, you might even be able to open up one eye and maybe take a look at. But yeah, and also Matt Canada was found to have a burner account on Twitter.
That's right.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, he would. Yeah, I saw a thread where he was replying and stuff. He's like, "Oh yeah, because Matt Canada told Kenny Pickett to throw that interception and things like that, and it ended up being
my
him."
God.
So he
Yeah,
doesn't
so
like Kenny Pickett.
He won't be in the league ever again, unless the Panthers somehow sign him as the next head coach. But he has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever.
That's crazy.
All right, cool. That is what did we learn. Next, we're gonna skip waivers for now. We're just gonna go right into our get bold section.
That's how you get bold.
I don't know if anyone has that prepared.
I do.
Okay, cool.
Oh, you do. Okay.
So, because misery loves company.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I've been a Browns fan my entire life. I'm just going to keep piling on, and my goal bold is
You're what?
Joe Go Bold. Joe
Not
Black.
the segue name.
What is it? What's it called?
It's okay. We'll go with
Yeah,
it.
I'm just messing
Go
with you.
bold.
Get bold.
Get bold. Go bold.
That's
get
how you
bold.
get
Give
bold.
Some G word. Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco.
What
He's
about him?
coming off the bench, 38-year-old guy.
Yeah.
He is going to throw for 299 yards
Wow, $2.99 on the nose, huh?
on the nose. Under 300, but still up there, and 2 touchdowns. He's coming in, and he's going to resurrect the Browns.
Is that bold, Phil?
It is.
What is it?
For a
$2.99.
38-year-old quarterback, come on.
299, 2
Who,
tuds.
with one,
Tom Brady's done
It is. No,
With
it's
one
bold. I mean,
week of practice.
he hasn't played.
he's not even been named the quarterback.
Yeah.
yet.
No, that's bold.
Okay.
bold.
Okay.
And
Fine.
Off
He's
the
going to be
street?
the
Yeah.
Browns' Nick
To be
Foles.
fair, your bolds aren't
Last
so
year or
bold.
last week, I said Zay Flowers would have a breakout game. What did he do?
Yeah, but it was
He
right,
got 1
but it
out of
wasn't
18.
bold.
Good job.
He had a breakout game. He had 23.
Listen,
It's bold.
Joe Flacco is our Nick Foles. F. He's taking us to the promised land. We're winning the Super Bowl. But this time, it's going to be Flacco
Flacco.
beating the Eagles.
You know what? I got to knock you down here because you're getting bold in the laziest way. The last 6 weeks, it's been Cleveland.
Yeah, it's
Like
true.
you're not. I wonder what I'll say next week.
Listen.
That Nick Chubb will come back with the bionic leg and score 7
Listen,
touchdowns.
Cleveland is a lot. They give you a lot of ammunition to go bold.
I guess that's
So,
true. Yeah.
know.
Okay. Phil, you gonna get
All
bold?
right, I'm going. The Panthers recently fired Frank Reich.
Sure did.
They're on the road.
Got a raw deal, I think.
Going to see the Bucks.
1-9.
Guess what they're going to do? They're going to give the ball to Chubb Hubb. Chubb Hubbard's going to have 2 touchdowns.
No,
Why?
Miles Sanders.
Chubb Hubbard.
He was supposed to be good.
He's getting mixed in a little bit. But I do think Chubb Hubbard has looked better. And I do think he gets 2 tutties. And we'll call for over 100 yards rushing.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. That's
Two
bold.
touchdowns is a bold take.
Yeah.
Over 100 rushing is a bold take.
Yeah.
I want you to go back last week, see how many running backs rushed for 100 yards.
I think Frank Reich is now on my shit list, or at least my villain list when it comes to like NFL narratives, because not only did he leave the Eagles after winning a Super Bowl to go to the Colts and knocked us down a peg, but then he also signs Miles Sanders to a big contract, gets me all tantalized, and then go ahead, thanks Miles Sanders for the dud, is a drop candidate in week 5.
Well, he got fired, so.
Yeah. No, rightfully so. Yeah, I'll go ahead and set it. I put the call in for him.
You know, there's some ineptitude in that front office, though. It's not just
It's
Frank
Tepper,
Reich.
man.
David Tepper,
Apparently,
bro.
they came out and Frank Reich and Josh McCown said that they wanted C.J. Stroud, and then I mean, in hindsight's 2020, but Tepper apparently was the one that really wanted Bryce Young off of a dinner because he chose the salmon or something over the steak. He's like, that's the guy I want leading my locker room in my organization.
I mean, do you remember when they whispered, see you in the draft? So like it was clear they wanted him. But here's the deal too, and I did say this in the preseason when we were talking about these rookies. Anybody that watched college football saw that C.J. Stroud worked through his progressions and had an incredibly accurate arm. Anybody who watched Alabama saw a shorter quarterback who had pretty decent pocket presence, but very rarely worked through his progressions.
Yeah, I mean, Bryce Young's getting a pretty shit deal, though, with his offensive line, no playmakers. Frank Reich has his OC.
Oh, don't you ever disrespect Thielen like that.
Thielen's been the bright spot, but who...
Don't disrespect Adam
Okay,
Thielen. This is
all
an
right.
Adam Thielen podcast.
No, yeah, we're pro Adam Thielen. He's doing well.
Don't say no weapons.
Everyone besides...
Adam Thielen.
I resent that.
All right,
Highly.
well, whatever. You know what? Whatever.
I would sing here. if
The
I-
Reich bias is
Had a
getting
good voice.
over me. Well, I'm going to get bold, but I'm going to get bold in the opposite way. Instead of a high performance day from a specific player, it's Niners hate week, and Deebo Samuel is getting less than 5 fantasy points. He's been a crybaby.
Who do they
and
play
he's-
this week?
They play us.
Okay, so who just said I have a lazy
Yeah,
take
come
and then
on.
I'm
went
not doing.
lazy?
Whoa, timeout. I have first of all, the last 6 weeks I haven't been saying, Kenneth
Listen.
Gainwell and Nick Foles is coming
you
back.
have
and-
called like a proximity to the Eagles.
No.
You had a Miles Sanders take before.
Now
It's
forget
kinda
bold.
lazy.
Miles Sanders was a what did I learn in a off-season thing.
That's true.
I will say though, I've done Zay Flowers twice. I'm 50-50 on that. But yeah, so Deebo Samuel, get him out of your lineups. He's gonna have less than 5 fantasy points. He cried this entire offseason, and he's gonna continue to cry after the game on Sunday. All right. Before Phil, you hungry?
Yeah.
All right. Before we get into smash or pass, a quick little word from Chalkboard. Please join the Chalkboard just community that we've
revolution.
created.
The revolution.
Honestly, no podcast is doing what we're doing. Click the link in the bio, scan the QR code on screen. We have an entirely free app that we're a part of that you can definitely gain knowledge from. You can bounce ideas and opinions off people in our fantasy group chat. We have a cheat sheet that Rocky makes of how players are going to do for that following Sunday. We have Mark start sits. We have Phil's picks. There's a lot of just free, valuable information. And just I think the best part about it is that it's 24/7 fantasy Q&A. And if we're not answering your questions, there's 300 other people that are doing that. So please click the link in the bio, scan the QR code on screen, and join Chalkboard. It helps the show.
Join.
Join now. Do it. Nightmare. Okay. Phil, smash or pass.
All right, smash or pass, and we're doing NFL late season edition. We'll save the Christmas edition for later in the month. But real simple, I make a statement, and the boys on the board here just smash or pass the statement. Smash obviously means we agree. Pass means we disagree.
We should just smash, pass, whatever, and then we'll elaborate.
Yeah.
For clipping purposes.
Here we go. So, starting with Rocky, Bills will miss the playoffs.
Oh, man. I tell you what, I'm going to smash.
I'm going to pass.
Smash. They'd have to go 4-1
Yeah. Well,
in their next 5.
maybe.
No, they have to.
Maybe.
They're 5-6 right
yeah,
now.
Yeah.
They'd have to go 4-1. They're playing. They have a
To win the
tough schedule
division.
coming up.
Yeah, they do have a tough schedule.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be tough.
It's going to be tough. I can see them missing the playoffs.
McDermott, that locker room. Where's the blame? They already fired the OC.
I'm counting on
Defense
Josh Allen.
injuries.
That's what I'm counting on.
All right.
But yeah, I can see them missing. All right. Cooper Kupp is washed.
I'm going to smash this. I said it in the preseason. I'm going to keep going.
I'm going to smash.
Smash. I don't want to call it a one-hit wonder. I mean, he had the Triple Crown, but he came back from the hammy injury in week 6, and then on almost no contact, turning for a touchdown, messed up his ankle.
Yeah, I think
It's just it's tough.
for him at his age. What is he? 31 now, something like
and
that.
a quick 31, like that came
Yeah.
out of nowhere, right? I remember
Yeah.
when he was drafted.
Yeah, it happens fast, but I think the thing with him is just the injuries. Like, is he going to get a chance to come back and be the focal point again with Nakua there, Tutu
Yeah.
Atwell?
Yeah, it's almost
Yeah.
almost an easy smash because it's hamstring, it's ankle. It's not like he
Yeah, it's
has
the soft
multiple
tissue.
concussions, or it's not like he broke like his shoulder. It's like that's washed category.
Yeah, it sucks. All right, next one. Justin Fields is done.
I'm going to pass on this. Justin Fields is not done. I think, could be better served by a better offensive strategy.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're supposed to just say pass. So
Yeah,
maybe
thank
I
you for
should-
that. That was a
Yeah.
thank.
So we'll do it again. Maybe you can
No, you
edit
can
this
just-
out.
No, it's all right. All right,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll pass.
I am going to smash.
Pass.
Okay.
For the same thing that you were saying. If it's not with the Bears, it's going to be with somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fair. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking more with the Bears. I should have said
If
done
the
with
Bears draft Caleb Williams, they're basically drafting Justin Fields again.
Kind of. What I think will happen. Well, I don't think play style, but I think
Yeah.
just success. Like where are the Bears going to go any differently with?
I mean,
Caleb?
how are they that different?
They might not be different, but if I'm the Bears, you're not giving Justin Fields a contract.
Well, I think Justin Fields is a better runner than Caleb Williams. Like I
He
don't think
is.
the play style is 100% the same, but I think that the same thing will be the success. I mean, the Bears won't fail. They're not going to make Caleb succeed any
Well,
better
the Bears
than
are
they did
going to
Justin.
bear, but they're just not going to give him a contract. And I don't think you're going to pass up on a quarterback when you have that high of a pick.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think there's a lot of teams that will gladly take Justin
Yeah.
Fields.
Well, I'm sure they
100%.
will.
I mean,
they're
the
gonna have to
Browns
pay
would do
him,
it.
though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's possible that he'll be the next year's Jalen Hurts.
I mean, they were saying that this year.
They were.
Yeah.
But, Phil had him taken as the number one
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah. So wrong,
Yeah,
you know?
but
Yeah. But
I
were
still
you
think-
wrong, or was it
yeah,
a bad offensive
But
strategy?
still wrong.
and the injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, still wrong.
All right, next one. Tommy DeVito is better than Zach Milson.
Milson,
That's what Mark calls him.
I am going to smash this.
I think I'm going to smash it, too. It's pretty crazy.
Smash.
And I like how he does this after
I know you like that.
he's got the crowd doing it.
I think it's,
Local
it's
15.
kind of crazy that, he had a better game against the Commanders than Zach Wilson's had in his career.
Also, has Zach Wilson ever beat the Patriots?
Uh,
I don't think he has.
no.
No, I don't think he has.
They definitely lost in terrible fashions with like the
Yeah,
punt returns
He
and
probably
stuff like
should have
that.
beat him, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I mean, DeVito already has more touchdowns.
Yeah,
In
it's pretty
less
nuts.
starts
It
this
is
year.
pretty nuts. All right, next one. Derek Carr is trash.
I am going to pass this. I am a Derek Carr.
Look at you. You can't
I'm
help
doing it
yourself,
again.
you big
Yeah, I
mouth.
can't.
All right, I'm going to smash.
Can you ask it again? Like, I'll
Derek Carr is trash.
smash. Whoa, surprise. I've been saying it
Yeah.
for, what,
I mean,
2 years now?
How did Derek Carr hurt you? Like, show me on a dial.
I just woke up one day and was like, yeah, Derek Carr's kind of ass.
Yeah, I've been a Carr supporter.
I was too at one point. Like when he was the highest paid quarterback for the Raiders, a little bit after that, when the Raiders had their woes and he was still there and doing well.
He had that year where he was like in the MVP conversation on the fringe.
He was good. He was good.
He's not good. I've watched him like the last 2 weeks, pretty sizable amount of their games, and he's not good.
These picks are bad. He's blaming people.
Yeah, he doesn't look good anymore. They should throw Winston out there.
They should.
I think Winston give him a better chance to win. He'll push the ball on the field. You can throw picks, but Carr's throwing picks.
Yeah. Why do the Saints do that though? There has to be another team that I'm drawing a blank on, but the Saints like to bring in just guys past their prime.
I mean,
the Broncos too. They had a string of just bringing in the same type of quarterback. I don't
feel
know why
like,
these teams do this.
These coaches, hopefully they're not stupid. They're watching
Our
the
podcast.
practices.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is Winston doing in practice that doesn't make you switch?
Yeah,
I
think-
agree.
well, I think-
Cars look bad.
I think they just gave him a boatload of money.
Yeah.
It's hard to make that switch.
Can't bench him year
and
one
a
at
guy
least.
like Carr is not like
That's crazy.
you can't bench Carr and go back to Carr.
Yeah. That
You bench Carr, it's over.
they paid
You're
him
done
too.
with Carr.
I mean, if we want to scratch our backs, I mean, I was almost pleading to Derek Carr himself to not sign with the Saints because this was going to happen. What were the Saints doing well? I mean, he wanted the money, sure. I guess that's the reason to sign, but
Yeah.
But he has entirely, I will say this, he has taken Olave, who people talked about him as a rookie of the year candidate if he hadn't got injured,
yeah.
out of that offense. It's like
Yeah.
crazy.
I know it's annoying, but also weird thing with Chris Olave, and I thought about this like 2 weeks ago. Does he just have a target on his back? Like every time he's in the end zone, he gets laid out. Like this is like his.
Yeah.
Like even if he doesn't, he'll bounce up sometimes and still play without being on the injury report next week. But I mean, he's had like I think 2 concussions now. Like he's been out like a game or two, but he gets hit in the end zone.
We said the same thing about Carr when he was with Amari.
That's
There
true.
would be games that he would target him a bunch and then he'd disappear.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And I don't
Yeah.
think that was a Cooper thing. All right, next one. Mahomes will repeat. Mahomes will repeat.
I'm going to pass this. I've got a bad feeling about the Chiefs. I'm doing it again. I can't stop. I feel like Mark tonight.
It's that corner
I'm going to smash this.
pass. They're not repeating.
Obviously.
They're not repeating.
Yeah,
Can't put up
Mahomes.
20 points.
Mahomes. Listen, we had the same conversations about them last year.
No, but they were doing better.
They
this
might have been
time.
doing better, but we were still saying the same thing.
I will say their defense is better, and
Defense is a
top-
lot better. And
top
guess what? They're
5,
going to
7.
wind up with number 1 seed again.
The Ravens are 9-3.
And the Ravens are in trouble. They're going to wind up. Okay, the Ravens are in trouble. I don't think they might not win that division. Mahomes is going to get home field through the playoffs again, and he's going to get to the Super Bowl because they're just going to have to win 2 games at Arrowhead.
So
and then
why do you
who's he
think the
going to
Ravens
play?
aren't winning that?
Why are they in trouble?
Because they're inconsistent.
Listen, the
They're winning
Steelers-
games. Lamar has been looking really good.
Hey
Yeah,
man.
I don't know.
The
where he's
defense
going
is
with
top
that.
2,
Okay,
and it ain't 2.
I mean, they're
Say
9-3.
They are.
I said what I said.
I mean, who's their biggest competition? The Steelers, the Browns.
I mean, the Browns.
They
are,
could-
For their
they could get
division, the
Yeah,
Steelers, yeah.
the Browns are on their 4th string quarterback.
I'm not worried about
the
the
Ravens
Browns.
have almost an
Steelers
easier
are a
path than
pretender.
the Ravens almost have an easier path than the Chiefs do.
You guys want to double team me all day? I'll bend over for it, right?
Ever been to Paris? Sorry, no.
Wow.
I just said what I said. All right, next. Jordan Love is good.
I will smash this. I think he's good.
He's good. Damn. I'm gonna smash. I looked at the numbers, and yeah, sorry.
Pass. I can break down my pass, but you guys seem to have.
No,
some
I
stuff
just
too.
he's looked good lately. That's it.
You know what? I bounced back and forth between this in my brain in the last few seconds. I almost said pass because it's the meme right now. My friend's a Packers fan, and we've been on the Jordan Love hate train. Yeah. But then I'm like, no, he has been good, but I haven't seen enough of it, and it hasn't been consistent enough for me to say that he's good yet. He needed this game against the Lions on Thanksgiving, or, I mean, do the Packers even bring him back as the starter next year if he continues with the trend without that game on Thursday? So
Maybe
Yeah,
not.
I don't think they have a better option. That's the thing, unless they are a team that gets Justin
It's
Fields.
his rookie
or,
year, guys.
You know,
kind of, but you can't say that when the guy's been in the building for 4 years.
You can't say it though.
At this,
let me ask you guys a question. If you're the Bears, right, and you decide you're not signing Fields.
Yeah.
Do you sign him just to trade him and try to get something back for him?
Nobody does that.
That's a big gamble.
Yeah.
It's a big gamble.
I
but-
think the advantage.
but they can take
is
his
with-
fifth-year option.
You're doing fantasy football thing.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying they can accept his fifth-year option.
Yeah, they can, but they're not.
Yeah.
I'm saying nobody does that.
All the leverage would be with the team that doesn't have him.
Yeah, there's
because
a
they'll be
Brown,
like,
listen,
Yeah.
the Browns are in the league.
No, that's
They
true.
can probably trade him to
Yeah.
the Browns.
Have the whole sour cap just be Deshaun Watson and
Yeah.
Justin Fields.
Yeah,
All right, next one. Turkey is bad.
I'm going
Sorry,
to pass
except
this.
Turkey. You're going to pass it. I'm going to smash it.
Smash. It's typically dry. It's never my favorite thing on the Thanksgiving dinner plate.
And that's why I passed it, because if it's done badly, yeah, it's bad. If it's done well, and
Even
I've
if
had
it's done
I've
well.
had good turkey before.
I've had good turkey. I had good turkey this year, actually. Shout out to Merritt. But
I'm saying like I had
you know,
good pea soup. Yeah. Okay.
pea soup was a crazy pull right
Well, I'm
there.
just saying, it's like one of those things. Like I don't ever think about roasting a turkey any other time of the year.
Yeah, but you
If
think
it
about
wasn't for-
having turkey on a sandwich
That's
all the
different
time.
turkey. That's different turkey. That's not the same turkey.
Turkey's turkey, man.
You know I'm talking about turkey.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
talking about
no,
a big turkey.
he pulled the loophole. I might have to
Turkey's-
I
start
was
my
going to
answer.
mention a loophole, but yeah, that's not the same turkey. And even if we get to that turkey, got to dress it up, right? You're not. I mean, let's be real. Unless you're like trying to watch your waist, you're not dipping in the fridge, sneaking pieces of turkey. You're going salami, going ham,
Got a little gabagool.
right? You're not going dipping in the turkey unless you're watching your weight.
Might take a Mott's ball.
All right, Lions are in trouble.
I am going to smash this.
I'm also going to smash it.
Pass. What? What am I not
The
seeing?
Lions don't beat good teams. They've won a couple games
They
against
got
good teams.
shit pumped in Baltimore.
They did.
To your guys' point, they looked terrible in the game on Thanksgiving, which is supposed to be their coronation.
They've lost on Thanksgiving the last billion years.
They lost to average Jordan Love.
They lost to whoever the hell last year too.
Well, they weren't supposed to lose, and last year they weren't good.
The Lions are going to win their
Okay.
division. They're going to.
No, they're probably going to win their division.
They're going
yes.
to. Not only will they win their division, but that
They've got too
that,
far of a lead. I agree with that.
I don't even think it. If there's any truth to, I guess either player talent or like coaching that makes them lose against good teams, sure. But that locker room is bought in. You're telling me that the NFC North champion Detroit Lions going into the playoffs
Are
for the
they a
first time
contender?
in forever?
Are they a contender?
No.
Okay, well, they're in trouble.
They're not in trouble though.
That's in
Trouble
trouble.
to me is like either not making the playoffs or getting
No.
bounced in the first round.
No. Well,
I
yeah,
mean-
they could
I
get
mean,
bounced.
That's
in the
their
first round.
expectation. I don't think they would get
since-
bounced.
Yeah.
Since they beat the Chiefs in Week 1, they have not had a win against an impressive team, and they've had losses against the Ravens, the Packers, the Seahawks. Like those are average playoff teams.
The Lions aren't. The Lions. I
The
can't.
Seahawks aren't a playoff team.
I would say most times.
Packers aren't a playoff team.
And most other teams don't want to face the Lions going into the playoffs just because of the energy they're going to be bringing. That's going to be a crazy opponent,
Maybe.
especially if it's a home game. If
I'm just
on
saying
the seeding,
they can lose in the first round, though.
I think they can lose in the first round as well. I'm going to take that back just a little
Yeah,
bit,
so
but I don't
that's
think
why I
they're.
would say
trouble is like Mayday.
No, that's trouble.
The season's a failure. They're
Listen.
8-3. They're going to win their division. They're going to make the playoffs, potentially win a playoff
Yeah,
game.
The Browns are 7-4.
Wow, just suck the fun out of them. Yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah, they had a good
Browns
season.
are 7-4, and I think they'll get to 10 wins,
After the
even with a
Browns.
fourth string
Always
quarterback.
back to Browns.
Well, my point is, but it's not a good season. It's a lost season because you play for one thing. You play for a championship.
I think it's a bad season. I mean,
It's a bad
Yeah,
season.
I agree with you enough
When you
to
look
where I don't
back,
need
because
to
the
debate it.
Eagles, if
Yeah.
they don't win, it's a bad year.
different,
For you.
Yeah,
different,
but
though.
different, yeah.
But for the Lions, if you look at where they were halfway through the season, it is a bad season if they get knocked in the first round
Yeah, the
because
energy
people were
halfway
looking
through.
at them as possibly one, as a top 3 team in the
yeah.
in the NFC.
Okay.
Yeah, what saves them is they play the Vikings twice, who
All
I
right.
think are beatable.
We'll run through this real quick. Last 3 because this is gone. Steelers will win the North. Pass.
Pass.
I want to smash. I'm going to pass.
Pass.
Yeah. All right. Russell Wilson is back.
I'm going to pass this.
I'm going to smash it just because it feels good.
I'm gonna smash, but because the numbers are there.
Yeah. And it just feels good. All right. Last one. Trevor Lawrence runs the South.
Yeah, I'm gonna smash this just because.
Just because I'm going to pass. CJ Stroud, even though they lost, I think has something to say about that.
I'm going to pass as well. The Jags, although are the number 1 seed right now and probably the best overall team in that division, Stroud is right behind them, and the Colts are scrappy. So no one has a chokehold on that division.
Fair. All's fair. That's smash or pass.
All right, awesome. Fun show. Let me hit that applause button. Thank you for sticking with us as we go into Week 13. Hopefully you win your matchups. Hopefully you make a playoff push in your leagues. Make sure to join us on Chalkboard. Make sure to do your daily fantasy through Thrive Fantasy. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know how our takes are. We'd love to hear from you. Make sure you follow us on all of our socials at GUN Podcast. Happy holidays. Hope your Thanksgiving was good, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.